Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
All right, you guys, let's get right into it. We got a Detroit State of Mind this morning, and we're going to talk about the signing with DJ Chark. Now, he's one of the guys that I did a free agent video on. You can go into the playlist of my videos, and you'll see that I did a video on DJ Chark, so you'll be able to see his body of work and what he's able to do. But at the same time, great signing for the Lions. I thought, you know, some people will be happy with this and some people will not be happy with it. But at the same time, I understand why Detroit did what they did. You could not overpay for Allen Robinson, and they still get a big body receiver at 6'4", a guy that can get separation. And hold on, let's just get right into what DJ Chark has. Let's get into his body of work in the NFL. All right, this guy has been in the NFL for 4 years. He got 4 years experience. Career stats is 147 receptions, over 2,047 yards receiving. Average per catch is around 13.9 with 15 touchdowns. He is a vertical deep threat. He can create space and get separation, and that's something that the Detroit Lions desperately need. They need a guy that can create space and get separation, and he's a bigger body receiver, and that's something that the Lions needed as well. He is great as a red zone target, good at catching contested balls, possesses good speed. He ran a 4.3, I believe, at the combine in the 40. So this dude does have speed. But the only thing, he is coming off an injury. He had a broken ankle last season versus the Bengals, September 30th. And he has 1 season under his belt, over 1,000 yards, and he did that in 2019. So I definitely think, guys, that this was a great pickup for the Detroit Lions. You know, whether you like it or not, you know, the Lions had to add some depth to the receiving position, and they got a guy that's a little bit younger. I believe Chark is only about 25 years old. So they're going to be adding a receiver to the team that they can use, man. Now, do I think that it's over with getting receivers? No, I don't. I think that the Lions still can attack getting some receivers in the draft as well. If they want to add 2 more, they can. I think that the Lions receiving core will be revamped this season, but you still will have Josh Reynolds added back to the roster. And we know the breakout season that Amon-Ra St. Brown had for the Lions last year. Definitely, man. And then you got TJ Hawkinson. So it's going to be a revamped roster, man. And I think that the Lions are getting a little bit better with the receivers because we know that last year we did not have one of the best receiving cores in the NFL. Our receiving core was just plain out trash, and it wasn't a great receiving core. Guys got hurt. You didn't really get a chance to see Tyrell Williams. Perryman ended up getting cut before the season start. It was just so many different things, and guys were getting hurt. Cephas ended up getting hurt, so you didn't really get a chance to really see what he can do. He ended up breaking his collarbone, and then you also had the emergence of Amon-Ra St. Brown, who was not being used a lot at the beginning of the season, but this dude ended up with 90 balls and ended up having over 900 yards receiving. So that was awesome from your rookie. Broke a lot of records his rookie season with the Detroit Lions. But I think the ultimate thing for the Lions is just to get better piece by piece. Now, I got to admit this. Yesterday, I was not the happiest camper in the world when it came to what the Lions were doing when they brought back Tim Boyle. I felt like they can go in a different direction. And the Lions, they just wanted to be, to me, they just wanted to be a little bit cheaper with getting the quarterback acquisition. So that's probably what made them decide to bring back Tim Boyle. Could the Lions still pick up and add a quarterback? Yes, they could if they wanted to. But we don't know what direction the Lions are ultimately going to go into. I still think that the Lions could get that pass rushing guy at number 2 overall. Some say Kyle Hamilton could be the guy at number 2. Some say Malik Willis could be the guy at number 2, or Aiden Hutchinson or Kayvon Thibodeau, whoever. We don't know right now. But what we do know is that today we picked up a receiver that's going to be able to add something that we don't have, and that's a big body and being able to create some space for yourself and be able to get separation. And if you watch his body of work, you'll see that DJ Chark is one of those guys that can get separation and create that space for himself. And that's what we desperately need. We need guys to make plays, man, on this team. Sometimes it's not always the shiny toys or the name. I know a lot of people really wanted Allen Robinson because you're familiar with him. You know, he's a guy from Detroit area, and he's from Michigan, and a lot of people wanted to bring him back home. But at the same time, if you're going to have to overpay for him, you can't do it. You can't afford to do it, especially with Christian Kirk resetting the market for wide receiver. So you couldn't do it. So maybe the negotiation between Allen Robinson and the Lions, they could not come up to an agreement, and they had to go in a different direction. And they just said, hey, who is the next tier of wide receiver that we can go out there that will be able to add some help? And he's young. We're talking about a guy like Chark, who's not even in his prime yet. Normally when you're in your prime is around about 27 years old. It's normally when you hit your prime. So he's only 25, still has a lot to offer. And he's only has 4 years experience in the NFL. And I think that's a great thing for the Detroit Lions to be able to grab a receiver like him that's going to be able to bring something to the table. Now, yesterday, when the Lions were adding guys like Tim Boyle back to the team and Alex Anzalone, I was not really as happy and thrilled about it. You know what I'm saying? Because I felt like the Lions should be trying to get better. So we should be trying to upgrade the position. I thought they can go out to guys like Marcus Mariota or someone else, but maybe they didn't want to pay the type of money that those guys would want. You know, maybe they could have went out to a Jameis Winston or whoever, somebody that's going to come in here and be able to win football games if Jared Goff goes down. That's the biggest thing that we have to think about. Last season, Goff went down and didn't play in a few games, and we still could not win any games with our backup quarterback. So eventually the Detroit Lions are going to have to really do their homework on finding a legit backup quarterback. Now, does Tim Boyle have an arm? Yes. Is he okay? Yes, he's okay, but he doesn't have enough experience for me, and that's something that I don't like in the player. And when I saw him play, I wasn't really thrilled with him. You know what I'm saying? He was okay, but I wasn't really thrilled with what he was able to do. So it is what it is. I don't know if they're going to bring back David Blah. I have no idea. But what I do know right now and on today, that the Lions have added a weapon to the room in wide receiver DJ Chark. And I definitely think that he's going to add something to the roster, and he's going to add a dimension that we do not have. And that's a guy that can create space for himself, and a guy that can get separation, and a guy that's a big vertical deep threat. That's what we need on this team. We need guys that can stretch the field. We haven't had that, man, in a very long time. Guys that can catch a 60 or a 70-yard pass and take it to the house. We need guys that are special. So maybe we go out to guys like Jahan Dotson, or we go out to a John Mitchell in the draft. I don't know. But we need speed on this team. We need guys that can create for themselves. We need guys that's going to play hard and that's going to give it their all, and that's going to have that Detroit grit, because that's what we need, man. We definitely need that. So I'm really liking the signing. I think it was a legit, and I think it was the best signing that the Lions possibly can do. They still got a young guy, and that's something that you definitely can't pass up. When you see talent and the guy is young, you got to be able to pick those guys up, and the Lions did that on today, ultimately making their receiver room just a little bit better. But I think that in a draft, you can go out to other guys as well, because we already know that the 2022 NFL draft class with the wide receivers is great. It is a great class, man. These are some speedsters. So definitely, man, if the Lions decide to pick up more receivers, I think that they should go with guys that got some speed, and guys that's going to definitely fill out this roster and make this team better. That's what you want to see ultimately at the end of the day. Are the acquisitions that you're picking up, whether it be the draft or free agency, are they going to make you better in 2022? So, all right, you guys, I'm out of here. Until next time, this is Raw Detroit. Peace.